Going on, everyone? John Matrix here. Hope you're all having yourselves a wonderful day. We got another 40k universe video here for you guys. We're gonna be checking out a video from Major Kill. This is a requested video by one of my YouTube members. We're gonna check out Barthusa Narek, the world bearer who wants to kill Lorgar, Warhammer 40k lore by Major Kill. I think I pronounced that right, Barthusa. Yeah. So yeah, links will be down below in the description to the original video without my commentary and reaction, and to Major Kill's channel. Please do me a favor, if you enjoy this video as we go through it, go give it a like. And if you enjoy Major Kill's content, makes a lot of content for the 40k universe. If you're not already subbed to him, please do me a favor, go over there and hit that sub button on his channel. Show the man some love. With all that said, we're just going to jump into this here video. Again, this is Barthusa Narek, the world bearer who wants to kill Lorgar, Warhammer 40k lore by Major Kill.
Hey guys and gal, this is Rollo.
We got a doggy.
Oh, a lot of people have been saying I'm overdue for puppy posting tax because he is quite literally the cutest little shit on the planet. You bit camera shy there, buddy. You've cost daddy so much money in replacements and repairs, haven't you? You're so expensive. But yeah, he's pretty heavy these days, so I'm gonna put him down, but consider the puppy tax paid.
He's gonna put him down, no! I mean, you know, trying to be dramatic, like putting him down, but, you know, I get it. Anyway.
I'm not the biggest fan of the word bearers. Not in a I don't think they should exist sort of way. They are great villains. No, it's more so they are so insufferably zealous, stuck up and preachy that I genuinely cheer whenever they get massacred. Like,
yeah, no, exactly. I agree with you, Michael. The word bearer on word bearer violence. Keep it going, dude. Any and all word bearers deserve to be ended.
Bro, the second half of the Battle of Calth, where the Ultramarines rally and start getting vengeance against the word bearers, got me wet as hell. No Fear remains, in my opinion, in the top 3 best Horus Heresy books, and will make anyone who reads it an instant Ultramarine fan. So it may surprise you that one of my favorite characters is actually a word bearer, Barthusa Narek, the word bearer who was like, "God damn, my Primarch sucks balls," and set out on a galactic conquest in order to try and assassinate Lorgar. Many people refer to him as a loyalist word bearer, but I don't know about that. This dude has killed a shitload of loyalists in his time, just as he has killed a shitload of traitors, which just adds extra spice to how sick of a—
So he's like the gray Jedi. He's in between the light and the dark, you know?
Character he really is. Before we get started, it's Friday, baby, and you know what that means. New major mini launch. This time it's Narek, the bearer of the word. Yeah, it looked a bit on the nose, but fuck it.
That's pretty dope looking.
This resourceful warrior has no legion or allegiance, just a single-minded quest to destroy his father. This was actually a bit of an experimental model. We wanted to capture the raw power of his sniper, so we added a bunch of smoke and impact effects, all of which are optional. Narek is also extremely practical, so he wears highly—
I mean, it's kind of cool, but it looks like he's shooting like sludge. Like, you know, Clayface from the Batman, like, you know, animated series and stuff like that. That's what it looks like it's happening here. It looks like Clayface is coming out of the gun and, like, surrounding him. But that's just where my mind goes.
Tactical Spec Ops power armor that reflects that. Model also comes with 3 head variants. We have the bear head, Bold of course, he's a word bearer, a tactical helmet, and a helmet with hood variant, which—
I like the tactical helmet.
The hooded helmet is completely pointless, but it looks cool. We scaled him up perfectly to tabletop, with his armor being covered in inscriptions, paying homage to the Legion he abandoned. If you aren't already frothing at the mouth of this model, then firstly—
yeah, I can see that too, Venus Flytrap.
Secondly, just wait until you check out the lore in this video. On top of Narek, we're also bringing back the major mini carry case. Small, lightweight but strong carry cases. We launched and sold out of these a few months back, so we're doing a limited restock. I filmed a video of me destroying these cases with models inside to prove their strength, and I transported my armies from my old place to my new place using them without issue. The first insert is perfect for Orcs, Space Marines, and Eldar.
That is true. That is honestly something that I often wonder, like, for people who are like super into like tournament players, right? That might travel around the country or potentially even the world to play in various, you know, tabletop tournaments. Like, what do they do to protect their minis, right? Because that's potentially a lot of money in things that could break and or be lost in transit, etc., etc. So it's like, how do you, what do you really use to like protect them? So I could definitely see something like this being quite a good investment for someone who travels a lot with their minis to take them to various tournaments, etc. Especially something like a Titan or something like that, a really large scale mini that has a lot of intricate parts that could easily break. Yeah. Either this or magnetize the trays or food containers, I guess.
Second is perfect for custodies, big space marines, or bigger orcs, with the middle section being
I feel like probably a ton of bubble wrap. You know what I'm saying?
modular, so you can just put whatever you want in there, then use the foam bits to keep it secure or secure the other squares. All of these links and launches will be below. Today we'll go over the life of Barthusa Narek, detailing who he was, why he broke away from the word bearers, but then also didn't join Malkador's knight errant to become a loyalist, and what became of him. Let's get into it.
Cool. Let's do it.
Barthusa was a very dedicated bearer of the word. He believed heavily in the original creed of the word bearers, that being that the emperor was a god. However, he was also extremely pragmatic. He saw the shift in his legion and he noticed the secret purges that were happening within the word bearers. Those word bearers who did not renounce their beliefs in the emperor and turned to the dark powers were murdered and disappeared, so he continued along with the status quo, appearing to serve the new ruinous powers. We don't really know anything about Narek before the heresy or his early life, but from the bits and bobs we can collect, it's clear that he was a respected and fearsome word bearer, known to be a killer and was wickedly good with a gun, knife, or anything really. He was easily the best scout marine in the Legion. However, when the Legion began praising chaos, a lot of respect was taken from the more martial word bearers like Narek and given to the Dark Apostles due to their closeness and apparent favouring by chaos. Narek was further knocked down the food chain when during the Isfahan drop site massacre, he was wounded by the Raven Guard, which ended up fucking up one of his legs, requiring augmetics to fix, which subsequently slowed him down and kicked him out of the Scout Marines. Now, some people think Narek was loyal the entire time and was just faking his loyalty to chaos. This isn't entirely accurate. Sure, he was never that keen on chaos and he resisted its influence, but he was still definitely a traitor. During a mission where Narek was serving a Dark Apostle.
So yeah, he kind of, it seems like, yeah, he's really walking a fine line between the loyalist and traitor stuff. He definitely went on the traitor side of things and stayed true to the word bearer's beliefs, but he never fell to chaos and didn't believe in what the chaos represented and what they were about. So like, he really is like walking that fine line of not being a loyalist. He is a traitor, but he's not a chaos traitor.
Apostle called Elias, everything would change. Narek was searching for a man called John Grammaticus who had recently gotten possession of a special relic called the Fulgurite. It was a shard of the Emperor's psychic might that was immensely powerful. It had the ability to kill perpetuals amongst...
Now, I've heard of these before, but yeah, I don't really know the Fulgurites. I've heard of Fulgurite before, but I don't know exactly what it is. It sounds like he's getting ready to explain exactly what that is.
Traitor. During a mission where Narek was serving a Dark Apostle called Elias, everything would change. Narek was searching for a man called John Grammaticus who had recently gotten possession of a special relic called the Fulgurite. It was a shard of the Emperor's psychic might that was immensely powerful. It had the ability to kill perpetuals amongst other things. John wanted it due to his alien overseers, the Cabal, ordering him to retrieve it in order to set up the assassination of Vulcan, an event that would doom the Loyalists and make an Imperial victory impossible.
Figures as much as to go after Vulcan
for their own ends, thinking they could corrupt the power within it for their own goals. Whilst the squad of loyalist Shattered Legionnaires, led by Artellus Numion, first captain of the Salamanders, was also on the world. They weren't really sure what they were doing other than trying to sabotage the Wordbearers. There was a whole lot of cat and mouse, play and outplay, with Wordbearers getting killed by Shattered Legionnaires. However, Narek was very good, managing to whittle down and kill many of the Shattered Legionnaires in return. It's made clear that if Narek wasn't on the world, the Shattered Legionnaires would have completely decimated the Wordbearer force. Dark Apostle Elias would get possession of the Fulgurite. However, when he tapped into its power, he was badly burnt and hurt. Some weird magic pedophile Wordbearer was never going to subvert the power of the Emperor.
I was going to say, yeah, the Emperor's power rejected him essentially, probably because he'd fallen to chaos.
Of the Fulgurite, its divine energy.
That right there, like the face, like that's just creepy looking, man.
Bearer was never going to subvert the power of the Emperor. Narek felt the power of the Fulgurite, its divine energy, and had an epiphany. The Emperor was indeed a god, the true god. The Chaos Gods were just these parasitic false idols. He was disgusted by his corrupted brothers, and he wanted to save them.
So he still believed that the Emperor was essentially the one true god, and that chaos were these false gods and parasites, and any of these followers were, you know, corrupted people that needed to die, essentially. If I remember correctly, he was in the Legion back when they were known as the Imperial Heralds. They spread the Imperial truth instead of the cult. Turned traitor because he saw purges happening and played along. He never killed chaos. He never liked chaos and always thought Lorgar was ruining the Legion. Makes sense.
To do that, he needed to kill the corruption at the source. He needed to kill Lorgar, who was the one that led them down this path of damnation.
Fucking Lorgar. I mean, if you're gonna, you gotta go with Erebus first, man. You know, get one and then the other.
Kill Lorgar.
Although Erebus at this time, I don't know what has happened to him. Erebus might have been messed up at this time, because if I remember correctly, like, Erebus kept pushing stuff, and then it didn't turn out too well for him.
Then maybe he could bring his brothers back to the righteous path. He also knew he needed the Fulgurite in order to be able to do that, so he came up with his own mission. And trust me, that mission wasn't to become a loyalist. Narek would go on to kill or cause the death of all the remaining loyalists by Artellus Numion. However, John Grammaticus was able to escape with the Fulgurite, so Narek knew he needed to track him down. Knowing that John was heading to Macragge and Ultramar, Narek tricked a few of his powerful but deformed Wordbearer brothers into teleporting into Macragge. See, some Wordbearers had these special Athame knives that could cut through reality and teleport them through time and space. Upon arriving at Macragge, the Wordbearers said they basically planned on rampaging through Macragge and killing as many people as possible to sate their own bloodlust. Narek simply replies, interesting, for the Emperor, and fucks them both up with his big-ass custom sniper rifle. Narek was able to find Grammaticus, but a massive clusterfuck of events would happen in quick succession that would end pretty poorly for Narek. Firstly, Conrad and Vulcan started punching on with each other in an epic smackdown, then Narek got tied up.
Can you imagine, too? Like, I think that's probably one of the more, I guess, hilarious parts of the story of Conrad and Vulcan, is the fact that Conrad beat him, was trying to kill him, and tortured him for days upon days, and just could never actually do anything because Vulcan's a perpetual, and he would just keep healing from everything, and Vulcan would just sit there and, like, smile and egg him on. Like, can you imagine that? Just being someone, like, you're just getting beat up and tortured to death, and no matter what someone does to you, you just sit there and you just smile and kind of laugh at them, because technically, I mean, they can't really do anything to you, right? You just keep healing back from it.
Up in that smackdown, then he was wounded by John's fellow Cabal agent Damon, then he was smacked on his ass by Conrad Curse, and when he awoke, he was imprisoned by the Ultramarines and blamed for the murder of Vulcan. As a side note, which will become relevant later, John's original mission was to give the Fulgurite to Conrad Curse, who would then use it to perma-kill Vulcan, who was unkillable due to his perpetual powers.
Yeah.
However, Elthrad Ulthuan spoke to John and told him that he should stop betraying humanity, and that he instead should stab Vulcan, not Conrad. John decided to start batting for the good guys, stabbing Vulcan with the Fulgurite, apparently killing him. However, it was just step one on a long road to Vulcan's resurrection and eventual saving of the Imperium. However, another party had been watching Narek during this time as well, Malkador the Sigillite. He saw Narek's resourcefulness and wanted to recruit him to become a legionless knights errant. However, he also knew that Narek was too much of a word-bearer and he was too hell-bent on killing Lorgar to be reliable, so he sent a psychic warrior, Caspian Hecht, who rescued Narek and then attempted to override his personality with his own, which would make Narek loyal, reliable, whilst also keeping his skills and resourcefulness. However, during the psychic overwrite, Narek was able to kill Caspian. However, he still got mostly overwritten, thinking himself to be Caspian Hecht. He would link up with the Salamanders, led by...
So, Malkador sent out a dude to go get him, and the man tried to do a Vulcan mind meld, and while almost completely successful in mind melding and implanting his own, you know, personality in there, he got killed. Okay, I mean, I guess, you know, mission failed successfully or something like that, you know what I mean? Like, he died, but he still got done what he was supposed to do.
By Artellus Numion, who were taking Vulcan's corpse back to Nocturne, to either lay him to rest or try bring him back to life. The personality overwrite also changed Narek's appearance, so Numion didn't recognize him. As the Salamanders and Narek traveled to Nocturne, they were assailed by the Death Guard and Wordbearers. The Death Guard wanted Vulcan's corpse as a trophy. The Wordbearers wanted the Fulgurite that was still stuck in Vulcan's chest. As a secondary objective, the Wordbearers were also hunting Narek. A Wordbearer who turned their back on Lorgar could not be suffered to live. Narek fought hard and killed many of his former brothers. However, his identity was eventually unveiled to himself, the Wordbearers, and the Salamanders, putting him in a pretty dicey situation. Nobody liked Narek. In an especially badass scene, there was this Wordbearer champion who'd been hyped up all book. He was a beast and had killed multiple Salamander characters. He was personally hunting Narek and it set up a massive showdown. However, it all ended when Narek used the Salamander as unwitting bait, then said Lamau before blowing the Wordbearer champion's head clean off with a single bullet. Narek didn't even break a sweat.
That's pretty giga, Chad.
sweat. He manages to evade death and escapes to the surface of Nocturne. We also get to know a little bit more about his personality, as although he kills anyone that gets in his way, he actively tries not to kill the salamanders, but he still kills them when he needs to, as evident by the first thing him doing when he arrived on Nocturne was killing a salamander that was patrolling and taking his stuff. However, the surface of Nocturne sucks dick, and despite taking that salamander's stuff, he realizes he's going to die. That is until Eldrad Ulthuan appears and is like, yo, I think you're a fucking dick. But you're great at killing, and I need someone that can kill. His voice didn't actually echo, I don't know why I did that. Narek is sus, but when Eldrad says he will give him a shard of the Fulgurite that he can use to kill Lorgar, Narek agrees to join him. Their duo is pretty funny.
That's all you gotta do, just, you know, give him that little bit of bait. Hey, you can get the Fulgurite, you can go kill Lorgar. You do this little thing for me here.
Both of them are extremely racist to each other and they hate each other's guts, but they also need each other and respect each other's warrior spirit. Narek helps Eldrad destroy the Cabal to prevent them from continuing to meddle. For one member, Eldrad projects his form onto Narek to distract the powerful Cabal alien Psyker, whilst Eldrad sneaks up behind him and shanks him. For the Eldar Ortak Cabal member, Eldrad and Narek just have to square up against him and his warriors, eventually winning. For the Cabal agent Daemon, who Narek had a score to settle with, they just blasted at each other and had a tussle till Daemon died. As Daemon then began resurrecting due to being a perpetual, they stabbed him with the shard of the Fulgurite that they had, a piece they stole off a Wordbearer before killing him that the Wordbearer had previously taken from the main piece. This killed Daemon permanently. John was also there as a prisoner, so they freed him and took him with them. With the Cabal destroyed, their pact was finished. Eldrad gave Narek the Fulgurite shard and sent him on his way. Narek went to Terra and rejoined his legion in disguise, as to not be shot on sight. Narek believed Lorgar to be on Terra, however he didn't—
This man sounds like he'd be really good in Alpharius' legion, dude. This guy sounds like he's really good at infiltrating and subterfuge. He was part of the wrong legion the whole time.
realized Lorgar wasn't a part of the siege and had been banished by Horus to exile due to Lorgar trying to overthrow him. Narek kills his Wordbearer squad and begun stalking through the siege, searching for his father with murderous intent. That is the last we see of Narek. With the Horus Heresy being over, you could say it was a plotline that was unfinished. However, more than likely we'll see him return during the Scouring series that will probably be announced soon.
Yeah, that would be interesting. It'd be interesting to see if he actually continues that in his hunt for Lorgar, because Lorgar needs his comeuppance.
Perhaps Lorgar's absence from the setting will be tied to whatever action Narek ends up doing. Loyalists from traitor legions always make for interesting characters, but Narek even more so since he was actually just a traitor to everyone except the Emperor, killing loyalists and traitor space marines alike.
That is kind of like the interesting thing, right? Like, it's weird. He's like, he's still loyal to the Emperor, but he doesn't care about anyone or anything else. He believes the Emperor is, you know, an all-powerful being, the only god there is. He wants to kill Lorgar because he thinks Lorgar has corrupted his legion and led them astray to the chaos, so he wants to kill him and try to bring his legion back to the righteous path of, you know, believing the Emperor is the one and only god, and, you know, spreading that good word, I guess. But also still, you know, doesn't care about any of the other loyalists and wants to fight and, you know, kill them, etc. I don't know. It's very interesting character dynamic. It's also very unique.
The Custodes probably would have loved him. If you enjoyed the video and you want to support the channel, then pick up Narek, the bearer of the word, or a major mini carry case, or just literally anything. Money's money. Hit the subscribe button, then hit the real subscribe button for more word-bearing content. Join the Discord for more memes, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Alright, well, there we go. That was Barthusa Narek, the word bearer who wants to kill Lorgar, Warhammer 40k lore. I mean, I pretty much went over my thoughts, you know, there at the end as we were going through the video, but yeah, a very interesting, unique character and story. Just the idea that he is kind of walking this fine line of he's really only loyal to the idea of the Emperor, not even the Emperor himself. You know, it's another one of those ironies in the 40k universe that if he were to actually have ever met the Emperor wouldn't have liked him because, you know, the Emperor doesn't want to be believed in that way. You know, the Emperor doesn't want any kind of belief that he is some kind of all-powerful god or being, etc., etc. So it's funny that, you know, he sees himself as loyal to the Emperor and is on this personal crusade to kill Lorgar and redeem his legion in the eyes of the Emperor, and is essentially doing whatever he can to accomplish that goal. Very interesting character, and would be one that I would be interested in hearing more about as they go through with the scouring, like I said. So hopefully they'll be able to continue and finish off more of his storyline. Maybe he will actually hunt down and kill Erebus, because Lord knows Erebus deserves it. And hopefully he'll also well, I meant Lorgar. I meant he was, hopefully he'll actually hunt down and kill Lorgar, but I was also thinking Erebus, because Erebus definitely deserves to be thrown in there as well, because really it was Erebus that started everything. So, but yeah, that was Barthusa Narek, the word bearer who wants to kill Lorgar, Warhammer 40k lore. Links will be down below in the description, as always, to the original video without my commentary and reaction, and to Major Kill's channel. Please do me a favor. If you enjoyed this video, go over there and give it a like. And if you enjoy the content that Major Kill puts out a lot of great content for the 40k universe, go over there and hit that sub button on his channel. Show the man some love. If you want to get the unit that he's putting out, go over there, check those links in the description, and grab one. If you'd like to join us when we do these reactions live, as we're doing right now, there is a join button underneath the video, as well as a link in the description to the YouTube membership benefits and tiers that I offer. If you've been around the channel for a while and decide you want to take your sport to the next level, check those out and see if any of that would have any kind of interest for you. But regardless, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider leaving a like and a sub, as it helps me and the channel grow. Hope you're having yourselves a wonderful day wherever you're at and whenever you're watching this. Appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to do so, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Have a wonderful day.